Activate defenses.
Activate defenses.
Commence countdown.
10 minutes and counting.
9 minutes and counting. 8 minutes and counting. 7 minutes and counting.
6 minutes and counting.
5 minutes and counting. 4 minutes and counting. 3 minutes and counting. 2 minutes and counting.
1 minute and counting.
40 seconds and counting. 10, 9, 8.
Does anybody need a nap? I usually start these things going, hello, David Switsky for the Bond Experience. I swear today, I feel like I could just lay down. I was either going to do an impromptu happy hour like this, or I was going to take a nap because I'm exhausted. I don't know about you, but yeah, you know what? Everybody's excited today. Hoop Studio, let's get it. We've got some people going, whoop. Charles, yeah, I hear you, whoop, whoop. It is exciting. Today felt like, and dare I say it was, a major kickoff for the world of Bond, for the Bond community, for the Bond franchise, and for No Time to Die. And on this occasion, I thought it was appropriate. I'm wearing my, can you see it? Can you see it? Right? I've got my Aston Martin No Time to Die shirt. I've got my No Time to Die watch. And I had to have a No Time to Die drink. It is a happy hour. I've got it's becoming my standby, Johnny Walker Black, or as Danielle likes to say, JWB. It's a little bit more appropriate. Hello, everybody, and cheers to all of you. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Let me know where you're from. Alex Lamas, I know you're from New York. Mr. Alex Lamas brushing up on his book skills as a panelist. But today we can't think about the Bond Book Club. I mean, I'd love to talk about other videos, but we've got to talk about today because what a day this was. There was so much excitement. It is crackling. I mean, my phone was blowing up. It was a busy work day too. You probably all had a busy work day, but in between meetings, I was watching trailers and keeping up and just trying to keep head above water. Yes, Ray, there was so much today. You know, a part of me about the second or third trailer, and then the images, and then the events, and we're going to talk about it all tonight, don't worry. But a part of me was thinking, like, why? This was like a dam opening up. Like, why did they decide to pull all in one day? I was asking, like, I was begging. I was like, Eon, please, could you just roll it out a little bit slower? I can't keep up. And then I realized, it wasn't just for the Bond community, a little bit, right? A little bit for us, but this was for the world. This was akin to a cardiologist, and there's somebody on the table and the heart stopped because the Bond engine, the PR engine kind of stopped. You had a little bit in the last couple of days, but somebody basically took the two paddles, warmed them up, said clear, and went boof. And we just had, in the medical terminology, a bolus dose of incredible Bond stuff all in one day. And it ain't over yet. I think we're going to see this type of trajectory. It may not be as bombastic as it was today, but it's just going to be just as exciting. And it's going to be continuous until a bunch of us see it September 30th. And then some of us have to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, let's get into it. So Elliot, no time for promo. Yeah, I know. I was losing track of time to date. I feared it was going to get pushed like Venom 2. Look, this feels different than the last time. And listen, I had my premiere tickets last time. I had a ticket to a couple of events and boom. But this just feels different. This feels like the point of no return. And the excitement is shocking, positively shocking. David Jones, good point. So let's kick it off today the right way. We're going to talk about the first thing that I encountered today, which was the US trailer, okay? And we're going to bring it up. So hold on to your butts. All right, there she blows. So we're going to watch the trailer. And one of the things that I kind of do want to talk about, hold on a second. I've got to do this the right way or you're not going to hear any sound whatsoever. And that would be really sad. All right, hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, we're back. So let's talk about this. We're going to break it down. I'm going to say this. Look, we've got 300 and some odd people on here enjoying a little bit of drink to all celebrate together. We're going to go through each thing meticulously. So there may be a wee bit of spoilers. I saw the trailers. I didn't think that there was anything where you're like, oh my gosh, they gave something away. But if you just don't want anything, we are going to show parts of the trailers. So just FYI, it's not just a jubilant thing, but trust me, this isn't going to be too much into, if you saw the trailers today, this is all we're going to be kind of really talking about. So let's get into it. Let's start it. Hold on. Mr. Lion.
Bond, any thug can kill. I have to know I can trust you.
All right, a couple things right off the bat. Really good observations out there is that this is for the U.S. audience. And a good friend of mine, Harris, said, for the U.S. audience, you need to remind them of who Bond is, that Bond is still alive. This is the resuscitation part from a marketing standpoint that I talked about, because although Bond is super important in the U.S., it's nowhere near what it is in the European sector, never mind the U.K. I mean, it's nearly a religion in the UK. It's part of your psyche. So you don't need kind of a retrospect. And by the way, this was interesting. This is the first time since You Only Live Twice that they used retrospective images in a trailer to remind people of what's come before. So pretty interesting stuff. Let's get into it. In the beginning.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
Yes, they do. Hope that's not a hint.
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
By the way, love how they're interspersing some of the verbiage. The music is amazing. Some people have guessed, is it Hans Zimmer? A lot of cases where they just have a trailer music company do this type of stuff, but who knows who did the music. If somebody here, you think it's definitely a hint, Justin, it could very well be. So this could be very well a hint, but I love that they're including everybody. I was a little fraught that they may not use anything from Quantum, but there it is.
Is this really what you want? Always alone?
Watch this. Okay, I know it's a little thing. But this is new. At the end of this, in the other trailers, they never had Bond kind of doing this lookup thing. Now he's doing this lookup thing. They're extending the scene just a little bit more. See that little eye brush? Now, this was pretty cool. Obviously, you have Safin or Safe and gasping. Some people did not notice there is a bullet hole right here. Obviously, this ticks back. It's got to tick back to Madeline's childhood story, how she shoots an intruder, but his mask looks blown away. So he looks like he's down for the count in this case. Pretty interesting stuff. Here we go. All right, more people this time, and now they're inside.
We used to be able to get into a room with the enemy.
So we've got a little bit of mist, and this is really important what M says, because I look back on it. Listen.
Now they're just floating in the ether.
So floating in the ether, basically, yeah, a lot of people just noticed the bullet hole. I know, it's a big thing. So the ether remark, the whole idea there is floating in the ether is basically dispersing into vapor. And yet there you have the vapor coming down. So people just don't walk out of a room here. They disappear within a certain vapor. Could be foreshadowing.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
So does he say death of you or death of him? Yeah, it's hard for me. Maybe some of you can patch me in here. Here we go.
Oh my God, target enough people.
All right, so we've got a new cue line in here talking about people, targeting people, and then you've got something that I think is going to go down in history as a really good Bond line. Here we go.
Remember, people become the weapon.
All right, so you just saw Bond holding his hands out like this, the mist falling, a whole thing about vapor, people become the target. I don't think it's too much of a guess that this could be some sort of biological weapons warfare where perhaps, and boy, this is really close to On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Maybe there's something embedded in an individual. They go out into the public or into a certain situation, and they are the delivery of the biological warfare. Could that be it? The mist, does that give us a clue? Who knows? And yes, you're right, John, really good point. This is kind of the first time in the Craig era that Bond has to save the world, it feels like. So it feels a little bit bigger. Let's keep going. Okay, I love this. Now, I couldn't tell if this is a target. It says no match on here. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, no match. So are they targeting people with biological warfare? Like maybe this is all the Spectre people around him? I don't know. What are some of your thoughts? He's looking at his hands now.
Who is he?
James, you don't know what this is.
Love the island.
James Bond.
Crazy. I'm giddy.
License to kill.
Okay, by the way, I've been praying for badass Bond. There's more badass in this trailer than I could ever want and expect in a film, and it's in the trailer. That little flip of the gun. Oh my gosh, come on, stop it.
In love with Madeline Swan.
So here he almost sounds either resentful or jealous or something, and then he says this.
I could be speaking to my own reflection.
That's kind of interesting. Is he saying that he's in love with him too, that he's got the same vision and goals?
Only your skills die with your body.
There we go.
And life is all about leaving something behind.
So is that, I don't want to get into that. That could be too big of a spoiler. Interesting. I'll just say that. And I love the looks that Safin is giving here. This kind of side look here, side eye.
Where the hell are you?
Okay, this total badass. And an extended scene that we've seen before, but she's begging him for help.
Okay.
And he says, okay, like there's something, and for those of you that have read the news about that 9-minute CinemaCon video, a little bit of the transcript of that scene, and then we thought, we'll never see that until we see the movie, and then boom, we see a little taste of it, which is Bond. He's not too happy with her, but he resigns himself to the fact that he's going to help, and then we get this air punching moment. Oh, come on, take it, get it. I gotta stop for a second. Oh, the vapors. I got a case of the horribles. That was amazing. When I saw that for the first time, I kind of sat back in my seat, and I like to watch the first time through. I don't pause anything, but I just kind of literally just sat back in my seat. Oh my gosh, yes, Iron Wolf. I need Gatling gun headlights now. I'm having them installed even as we speak. I need to. He's a good actor, but not sure I see him as a villain still. Nicholas Layden. Yeah, all right, that's fair. But he's got these like little twitches and moments. And there's Nomi. And by the way, not as much Nomi as before, but really good moments, I think.
Don't do this.
Nothing can prepare you. I mean, wow, David, nice place to freeze. Did you do that on purpose? No. Legs for days. That's all I'm saying. But the voice, the waver in Craig's voice is a lot of inflection, more inflection than I've heard in his other Bond films. Obviously, this is something that's really disturbed him. And then there's Anna de Armas kicking ass.
I have to finish this. You have a flower artist.
By the way, I love this scene right here. Hold on a second. It's little, but yeah, this one right here. If you just take a look around and do this on your own time, because this is a small little image for you, the little pieces, and you see Bond like putting on his gloves, like it's that little preparatory commando moment that we love so much in a Bond film.
Not a flower artist.
Nope.
This is great. Now you see the parachute effect's been added. and you feel like you're in the seat, the shaking, and then boom. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks better, those special effects. Bang, which we've seen before. All right, so let's go back to the world of Us. I saw that, you all saw that, and we were like freaking out. Yeah, maybe going out in a blaze of glory, who knows? But I remember extremely well, like all of you, all of a sudden, bing, 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 and I'm trying to share a little moment with this just to let everybody know, and I'm texting my friends the link, and boom, and all this stuff, and then the link goes down, and then it goes back up again. So there was drama. People are like, "Did you capture it?" And there was so much excitement and drama with that. But I have to tell you, and I want to hear from you. What did you feel the first time you saw the US trailer? Because I just sat back for a moment and I kind of looked around my room and I realized, like, this is happening. Like, we've been kind of playing along and we've been kind of protecting our feelings and our emotions. But this is happening. And it was just like this really cool realization that it was happening. Oh, Zachary, thank you. Unnecessary, but thank you. Safin's eyes wide open when he says Bond's name is one of the creepiest images I've seen. So Cary Fukunaga does creepy well. I think that he's going to be able to do creepy and moody and imagery, and this film looks amazing. And Chris, you got it, man. The hype is back. And as Calvin Dyson said, the hype engine is going, and it has really, really started. And it's exciting. I mean, it's not only here. I think it's one of these things too, where I think the hype is probably some of the best we've ever seen before, dare I say. So I'm extremely excited about it. I don't know about you. How does everybody feel? Have everybody feeling pretty good about this? Yeah. All right. So then, and I'm doing this in order, okay? Then what happened was, hold on a second, because we've got to do this so you can actually hear it. All right, we've got to share the audio. Wait for it. Then we saw this. And here we thought we were just getting a movie, but then we saw this. Hold on.
I thought I wouldn't know how to handle it. But I knew we were doing something really special. I literally met my trainer with a rollie and a bacon sandwich.
That's the coolest thing. Simon Watterson's told that story.
I think I was so overwhelmed. My world had turned upside down. But I'm incredibly proud, and I'm incredibly fortunate to do this.
This is great to hear him talk about this. Oh, and that's it. That's literally boom. Holy cow, I was excited. So we've known about this. I actually had tickets to go see this in London on the last go around. That unfortunately didn't happen. But we knew about this. We knew that it was going to be coming. We just didn't know when. And then 2 weeks ago, there was an event in Los Angeles that some people thought was the screening. I think Just Jared said, a bunch of people like Margot Robbie saw the screening. It wasn't the screening, it was this. It was a 45-minute documentary. There were two showings, popcorn, candy, the whole 9 yards, soda. And people from the industry and a few other lucky people got to see this 45-minute documentary. And they said the documentary is amazing. A lot of focus on obviously the films, but it's Daniel Craig and others talking about the journey. And September 7th on Apple TV. I guess I'm going to have to get Apple TV for a moment. We're going to be seeing this, and I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about it. Maybe there'll be a watch along, etc. But who's excited about? You're all saying the same thing. It's so funny. Is Joe on this? Joe Darlington hitting the big time. Yes, our own being James Bond. I didn't know if I should mention it or not. I'm trying to keep him under the radar. But is Darlington on here? I'd love to see what he thought of the trailer. But it is exciting, because we haven't had a documentary in a long time. And this is a very dedicated one specifically to the journey of Daniel Craig's James Bond. I do not believe, which is good, there is a ton of No Time to Die in there. I think a little extended view of maybe one of the scenes, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of Spoilers. Too bad I can't watch No Time to Die on Apple TV. Yeah, we're going to watch it in the theater like humans, right? Just, there we go. Yes, Joe's in the chat. Why is he not on the screen? I think he's hiding. I think Joe might be hiding, which is not a bad thing. Maybe he just wants to see it in kind of a blind, wonderful way. Could that be? I think that's probably what it is. All right. So then, this is crazy. What happened was I started to get texts from Peter Brooker. And Peter's like, you're not going to believe where I am. And he sends me these texts, and he's at an Aston Martin event that a few people got invited to. He was there really as a correspondent for James Bond Lifestyle. And let's take a look at this right now. Hold on. Here we go. All right. So here we are. I'm actually on the Bond Lifestyle site. They've got a great article there. So Aston Martin recreates full-size version of the original 1964 Corgi DB5 model car, including the box. People, what on earth? The hype engine. The train has left the building and is breaking through all the walls. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I seriously want to get on a plane to London just to get a picture by this, to fulfill my every waking and sleeping dream as a child who had one of these cars. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. And there's a great article, pictures by Peter, article by Remmert that talks about this. That's Chris Corbold and Meg Simmons talking about it. They showed some of the stuff from the film. Here's a better picture of them. This is fantastic. I mean, look at it. This is larger than life. This is what excitement for Bond is all about. I mean, the outdoor event, absolutely beautiful. Come on. Look at these cars. This is if I was there, I would have been salivating, which good on them for not inviting me. First of all, it's London. All right, let's be happy for the people that were in London. But they had the cars there. They had a Spectre car. And, look at this. Look at these two fans, AJ and Peter. And I just noticed for the first time, they're holding each other's books. So that's pretty cool. And Stan, I agree. Absolutely amazing. But this is what I mean. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about, the hype train and the craziness of this type of stuff. So it's just one of these things where you kind of sit back and you just ponder the bigness of it. I mean, it is just absolutely amazing. And so we're all flipping out, right? There's all these things going on. We're all flipping out. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking and I get my alerts on Facebook, and I get an alert that there's a trailer. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a trailer. And I notice that there's a different time for the trailer. And then I realize it's an international trailer. Oh, so there isn't just a US trailer. Well, it's got to be the same thing, right? No, of course it isn't, because that would be too easy. And I thought that my mouth dropped with the US trailer. Guys, let's go over the international trailer, shall we? Here we go. All right, so here we are. Oh, the music.
James, fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy.
Okay, so far, pretty much the same, but that music, I got to keep calling out the music, because if there's anything that gets us hyped, we talk about the soundtrack, it's this whoomp, whoomp. I mean, it just reaches in like Kali Ma and just pulls your heart out.
How did that happen?
Well, you live long enough.
All right, that's new and funny. And what I liked about this moment is I feel like we're getting maybe a little bit more quippy Bond, which we all like quippy Bond. So this could be perfect. Mr. Lion. Okay, so that's Coco Walk. I was there. That is in Jamaica. It's interesting because it's Bond's boat heading to Bond's house. If you tie a clear path to where the boat is focused, you'll actually go to his home, which unfortunately has been dismantled. So there it is.
Harder to tell the good from bad, villains from heroes these days.
So I love that because I'm getting Mathis vibes from Quantum of Solace, that whole villains and heroes when you're young and things like that. So great moment in any celluloid with Felix and Bond. I'm in. I'm totally in with these two. But the other thing that you're getting here is a little bit more storyline than the US one. The US one was reminder, action, loudness. It almost reminds me of the US, right? But this is more like a little bit story driven.
We used to be able to get into a room with the enemy. Now they're just floating in the ether.
Okay, there's that great quote again over some different visuals. All right, so let's go back for a second. And yeah, I talked. So that looks like it's the guy with the one eye from the Matera scene. I could be totally wrong, but it does look like that. And since he has his own character poster, chances are it might be. Kaboom.
She still loves you. Did you
All right, I love this. She still loves you. It's almost like a mocking thing, but still.
know that? What is it?
You don't know what this is.
Beautiful.
Is she one of them?
All right. Money Penny asks, yeah, that is Primo. Okay, that's what I thought. Primo. I got to get his name right. Should know these characters. So is she one of them? Is she one of Spectre? Is that what they're implying here? Good question. I don't know her at all. There's a lot of hurt and angst going on, and that looks like it's a really cool visual. There's a lot of little hidden things in that visual.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
All right, so I'm not going to give any spoilers away here, but this is a really poignant, emotional, and probably bombastic scene. Ouch. Okay, so now we're back. That was actually filmed in Jamaica, but I think it's supposed to be Cuba. All right, that's new, the sinking ship. Okay, by the way, when you see the sinking ship, a lot of people thought he was in the outfit at the end. But if you take a look, all right, he's got a collar on. And I'm saying this for the sartorial view. That's his tuxedo outfit. So he has taken off his bow, taken off his tuxedo jacket. So this has to happen probably in Cuba after something goes wrong, but we don't know what yet.
We both eradicate people.
There we go. Okay, I love that. Bond Armory, you must love that. It's, you know, you're used to seeing like, it's just a little snap, right? It's like subtle, badass Bond. I was like giddy when I saw that.
To make the world a better.
That's an unbelievably cool shot. Again, relatively new video, and all the effects are looking a little bit crisper, a little bit cleaner.
Place. I just want to be a little
Sweep.
tidier.
Okay, we've seen this stuff. But the music.
I met your new 00.
Okay, that couple things coming here. So Bond obviously protecting Paloma. And then you have, check this out. That is, I believe, Nomi pulling the professor up, because we've seen pictures of him with a case. It looks like she's rescuing the professor, and Bond and Paloma are kind of looking up at Nomi like, hey, she just took the prize.
She's a disarming young woman.
And it goes with that line of disarming.
You ever flown one of these things before?
And then we got this scene.
Nope.
Love this. I don't know why. I didn't think I would love this as much. It's a little bit more Calvin Dyson, a little less terrestrial than I am. There he goes. Look at that motorcycle. That's insane. Okay, a lot of people. I remember seeing this scene ages ago, and I felt like there wasn't as many people. This is like an army, not just two people.
Where the hell are you?
Okay, Atlantic Highway in Norway. Absolutely stunning and beautiful. We know that there is a lot of stuff that goes down in Norway. Bye-bye. So there you've got like a Ken Adams like silo going on. Is there something that could take off? Is there something that could launch out of there? We don't know. Let's take a look.
Do this. There will be nothing left to say.
Yeah, there's that voice. Hello.
When you're ready.
You're late.
Yeah, they're late, but better late than never for the hype engine. And that interplay between the two of them. By the way, that looked like kind of the previous part of that scene before. Sorry, I'm an amateur at this. Of Nomi crashing in through that one scene if we can put it all together. Gosh, we're like dark detectives, forensic here. Shooting up. Oh! That looked like some sort of like, I'm sorry. I know. That was a great kick. Gosh. She's kicking ass, taking names. And then...
Can I just have one nice evening, please, before the world explodes?
By the way, I love the fact that not only does Q get that great line, I love the fact that Bond does that explosion and then he just tosses the detonator like the casual Craig Bond, like the one where he just doesn't care, like in Quantum when he's throwing keys and phones and all these things that it's badass. And he's like, yeah. I mean, this is like the cool as cucumber Bond. So what did everybody think about that? Pretty damn impressive. I want to take a little bit of a poll. It's so funny. Really? Oh, just me? Just me? I want to take a poll. US trailer, international trailer. I'm not going to say which one's my favorite yet, but of all of you right now in the happy hour, cheers everyone. Forgot it was a happy hour, did you? Made you feel it, did he? Which one was your favorite? I have a favorite. I've only seen each one 18 times. Which one was your favorite? Let's take a look. Post it right now in the chat. Just start going. Boom, boom, boom. We've got Daniel Gasser, international. We've got James Bond Down Under. We've got Josh who says international. We've got William says international. We've got why not both? Well, I'm just saying let's pick favorites. You've got Roland who's got favorite, international, US. Oh, wow. It's kind of all over the board. I thought this was going to be a shutout for one over another, but maybe not. All right. That's fair. We've got a lot of them coming out here. So here's my point of view. And I'll tell you why, and then you can talk about it in the chat too, and I'll pull in some of the comments. I like the international one better. And I had to think about this. The US one, I love the opening. The first few seconds, the reminder and things like that, the way the music is interspersed is great. But to me, the international trailer feels like it tells a story, feels a little bit more whimsical, feels a little bit more like it's pulled me into the movie and the excitement. And I have to say, I did get, and you think this wouldn't happen after the second trailer, I did actually get more excited after the international trailer. It something got to me. And there was no interracial trailer, but that's interesting. Maybe there was a third one that was interracial. Actually, they're all interracial if you think about it. But interesting. I think that was just a mistake. The US gets me pumped more. Yeah, for some people, it was that dun 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 dun. There were a few people that said the US one was a little Fast and Furious-ish, whereas the international one was a little bit more, kind of mini Bond movie. So maybe that has something to do with it, some of the locations. A couple of the things that I heard from other people today, which was great, is the washing hands. There seemed to be this theme of washing hands. So Roland and Calvin did reaction videos. Roland Hume, who I think is on here, and Calvin Dyson did great reaction videos. Go to their YouTube channel and check them out. And Pete Brooker did one as well, where at the end, there are tears in his eyes and he's cursing at the screen in the best of ways. And he's yelling at the screen. You've got to go check out From Tailors with Love's reaction videos. But the US one had a little bit less storytelling, but both of them seemed very big. Like this was a mission. And whereas the other trailers several months ago seemed like they wanted to get back into the story arc and a little bit more about the tete-a-tete with Bond and Nomi, this just seemed like Bond on a mission. He's sitting in M's office. There's the interaction, and then he's out there. So yes, Bond Brain, Peter was psyched. I'm telling you, Peter attended that Aston event, so he was already excited about that. I mean, what could get him more excited? And then boom, that happens. By the way, if that wasn't enough for today, new pictures came out today. There were, I think, 3 or 4 new pictures. Some of the scenes that you've seen came out in high resolution. We'll be posting that everywhere, or they may be everywhere. Everywhere. They may be everywhere already. So go check those out. There is rumor that this week we'll be getting, maybe even tomorrow, a new poster. And my fingers are crossed. I would love something very composited, very Star Wars-ish, very artistic. I'm hoping it's not just one character. If it is, I'll still celebrate. It's a new poster, but a new poster tomorrow. Would that just? I mean, where do we go from here? My gosh. Well, let me tell you. So I happen to know that the brands have been poised and ready and are kicking off and getting ready to kick off. So tomorrow, a brand is kicking off their No Time to Die campaign. We actually were honored enough to be a part of this brand's trajectory, and we have a video that's coming out tomorrow morning on YouTube. So sounds like a plug. It isn't. You're going to want to see this. It's a lot of fun. And we actually had to travel to a very special place to do the video. And we do the video on something that Bond uses in the field, but you're going to love it because it has to do with his lifestyle. And the brand, their brand is kicking off. But then you're going to be seeing a series of brands, multiple ones every single week leading up to the movie and other events. Alex Lamas wants to know what time. I don't know, probably like 7 a.m. Eastern. I want to do this nice and early so it has the whole day. Marcus says, fingers crossed for a new poster. Yes. And Javi, my wallet's crying but ready. I know. I feel your pain as I'm wearing like an Aston Martin shirt, but I think there's going to be things from the brands that everybody can really enjoy. And it's not just about, here's me saying this. It's not just about purchasing the brand items. It's the videos that they do. It's the imagery. Wait till you see the imagery coming out tomorrow from this one brand. They went beyond, Bond and beyond. And so you will absolutely love it. You'll get a kick out of that. But there is going to be more, right? I feel like there's the 007 giant, British flag logo in Trafalgar Square, which I hope is still there, because I'm just going to say this. I am so hyped up with excitement right now, excuse me, that I would love to travel to London to celebrate with everybody. I don't know how I would go dark for 7 to 8 days, number one. Number two, just to celebrate with everybody. It seems like, it's the epicenter. There's going to be celebration everywhere. You can have a celebration in your backyard at your local theater. It doesn't matter. You can have it anywhere, right? But to be there, the home of Bond, so to speak, would be so wonderful. We'll see what happens. But yes, Adriano 17, yes, even the Playmobil. I have pre-ordered my Playmobil, an adult, silver-haired individual sitting in a pretty much a Dr. Evil seat, ordered a Playmobil car, and I'm taking it out of the box. And I'm going to vroom vroom it because I am so excited about this movie. I'm excited about everything. Today's like today, as much as we all had to work, are the reason why we love this so much. It is a lot of the hype and the excitement to do this together, which is why I wanted to do an impromptu. I hadn't planned this happy hour. Are you going to get this Safin mask prop replica? Yes, I actually ordered both versions. The bullet version, I guess I'll call it, because of today's thing, and the party version that he breaks into the house with. So we'll see. Kevin Rose, don't you have to see it in IMAX? It may not be the first time I see it. It may not be the second time I see it in IMAX, but I will see it in IMAX. And then when I take, my son to see it, I'll definitely have to see it in IMAX for sure. Wow, a lot of style people on here. Barbara Graham jacket. Yeah, the Barbara Graham jacket. I actually, this weekend, when I had a couple friends over here, compared the Graham jacket, which is the screen used one, to the Covert, which is the re-release one. And they are really close. I mean, so close. It's like one's dark navy, one's slightly less navy, like bleached. You got to vroom, vroom, vroom it, Rocky O says. You got to vroom, vroom, vroom it. Everybody, look at everybody's so excited here. There was an open air screening of Skyfall in Trafalgar Square last Saturday night. I know. These are very lucky people that get to doing this. So what do we got? Matthew Auclair, what's going on? the boy from James Bond Complex. I'm making my own Safin mask. Not sure if I'm making the damaged version or the pristine. You got to go damaged. I mean, can you make both? But I want to see that. I do want to see that. I am a 4D fan now. Ian Walker. I know. I am too. I saw the Spider-Man movie 4D with the water and everything. Cheers, everybody. So, all right. This was a wonderful, wonderful happy hour. We still have over 400 people on who clearly wanted to celebrate. So let's talk some of your comments. I went over some of mine, pretty much told you who to see, what to do. We've got a couple more launches this week, minimum of 2 brands being launched this week, 2, which is crazy, and then a couple next week. So it's going to be really interesting. Seems less Tom Ford this time, more diverse brands. Well, Justin, all the suits and the tuxedo are Tom Ford. So I saw a lot of them in the trailer, and you'll see a lot of them in the future. Maybe a couple at a premiere. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm going to see No Time to Die in our local IMAX, but I don't think it was shot for IMAX. I think actually some of it was shot for IMAX. I know some of the Norway scenes and things like that. Did anyone notice the added line from Safin that says, James Bond, License to Kill, in love with Madeline? It's like I'm looking at myself in the reflection. It tells a lot. Yeah, it does tell a lot. I agree. And that's why I pointed it out. I think that Safin may be a little sweet on Madeline. Maybe there's a little bit of jealousy there. But we'll have to take a look. 30 minutes shot for IMAX. Oh, Nick 007. Thank you so much for clearing that up. That's great. Do me a favor. I want to know from you, especially after today's trailers, what excites you most for the film? Is it, celebrating, this is Daniel Craig's last hurrah? Is it the music? What are these aspects? And I agree, Justin, this is kind of just what we needed. There were a couple people that, of course, posted on some of my social media today. The trailers were okay, but I think there were 2 out of the, 20,000 that were like, my head just exploded. So I think this is kind of just what we needed. This will be the very first time back to theaters for me and probably a lot of others. Wow, that's great. I've only been back a handful of times, but, I had some friends over this weekend, like I mentioned, and we were all talking about the theater going experience. And one of the things that we all agreed with was it's going to be really hard to do a light switch, to tell everybody like, boom, see, theater's back, like nothing ever happened. That's not realistic. But if anybody can start making people get their butts in seats, get into a car, take the appropriate actions and safety measures, go pay for something, get a tub of popcorn, get a big Sprite, sit down in a seat with others and laugh and point and gasp at a film, folks, it's going to be James Bond. Can anybody disagree with that? I mean, Bond, just like Bond in the movie, just like Bond in those trailers, is the greatest hope. To save the world? Well, to save the world of cinema, maybe. But I think it could start the trajectory again. I think that this will be, it's going to be amazing. Well, Greg's got something to say. What do you got to say, Greg? The hype surrounding it being a conclusion film and seeing a Bond in an emotional state we haven't seen before sounds the most intriguing. I agree. I think there's a lot of flavor and spice to all of that. Every time I pick this up, I feel like I have to toast you all. Why not? If this is not a celebratory day for the Bond community, I don't know what is. What is S. Trago going to do? That's what I've wanted to know all day. I'll reserve a screening for my friends and family. To heck with seeing the movie unsafe. I hear you. And by the way, good on everybody. Every opinion is important. Every approach is important. I don't think there's any wrong in this. I think it's people liking the same things. So here we go. Hold on. Ian Grant. Oh, the hard stuff. Cheers, drinking tea in London here. Nothing wrong with that. It's always tea time. Is it always tea time? I don't know. Let's see what we've got. That's true for Queen and Country too. I missed it. Hold on a second. Lorenzo, what is going on? Lorenzo always has the most emojis of every post. Let's see what the greatness of Lorenzo Granger has to say. I myself is very excited. Pump up hype for No Time to Die. Truer words were never said, my friend. And the greatness of you, Lorenzo, because you've been the hype engine before the hype engine started. Oh, Grant, that was very nice. Thanks, David, for keeping our chin ups for so long. You all have been my therapy for more than a year and a half, but certainly for a good part of this lockdown in just bouncing off of all of you. I always say that 98%, 98.5% of the Bond community are fantastic people. And the 1.5% make it a real community because, I mean, now and then you're going to get schnooks, and that's fine. And, schnooks are welcome too because they like Bond. And so what am I going to wear to the theater? Ron Pruitt says, what am I going to wear to the theater? That's a great question. Would any of you wear a tuxedo to a regular theater? I think it's kind of fun. And who cares? They're not paying your rent. Let's see where we go. Bond 25 Fitness Challenge check-in September 30th. Some Simon Waterson workout before seeing the movie. That sounds great. That is a great idea. Simon Waterson is the man. And I like how he got a subtle mention in Being James Bond, the documentary, when you hear the trailer today, where Craig talks about showing up to his trainer with a pork roll in his hand and a pack of cigarettes. So that's a story that Simon has told over and over again. And I guess we're going to see that in the documentary. But Simon Waterson, boy, it would be great to get another motivational discussion from him to kind of kick things off as well. We'll see. Wolfgang. Hello, Wolfgang. I will wear a tux at the premiere in Paris. Yeah, sometimes we forget that it's not just London. There's Paris. There's going to be different ports of call. It's going to be a world event. So people will wear different things. I will certainly wear my Sunspell polo, no tux in the closet. Dude, you got a blue polo, Sunspell or otherwise, you're good to go. You're bonding. I've done the fitness challenge and lost 80 pounds. What? Thanks for the motivation, David. Oh my gosh. Dude, you lost an entire person. And as long as you've done it healthy, which it sounds like I'm sure you've done, that's fantastic. I have to tell you, I don't know if I talked about this on a video or not, but I've lost a little bit too. I leaned down, which was good because I had piked up to a certain amount and kind of lost a little bit of control. And then I've come down and I've maintained a good thing, but good on you. And that is extremely motivational. Wow, yeah, really. Everybody's like freaking out. That's unbelievable. And way to go, and way to go after your healthy self. I mean, isn't that what it's about? I mean, we're doing this in a healthy way, but damn. NPeel, No Time to Die sweater is the way to go. Yeah, why not? And listen, it might be a little bit cool. I think you could wear more Bond things in the cooler weather than in the warmer weather. I mean, you could wear things like this, but tuxedo during the weather, like, 90 degrees today, I'd be schwitzing. I'd be a puddle on the floor, and it would not be that great. Nicholas Slade, I put on 5 pounds. Hopefully it's muscle, dude. You know it. Stop it. Hey, just joined. What are we doing? Nothing. It was a boring day. We're just talking about work. I answered some emails. I filled out some reports. Boring, boring, boring day. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Who knows? We'll see. A lot of congratulations for Justin. I have a coworker who's trying to lose weight by skipping meals and effectively starving himself, trying to encourage him to be more healthy. Well, it's interesting. Starvation, that doesn't sound healthy. There's so much talk about intermittent fasting and what's better, paleo, and, dieting is like a religion, though. It can get, or politics, it can get very feisty. People kind of defend their own thing. A lot of scientists say there's really one true method that works, and that is mathematical, meaning calorie deficit. So it's simple. You take in less than you expel or burn off from a calorie standpoint, and you will lose weight. Now, if losing weight's your only goal, Nicholas Slayton, I know Nicholas, his goal wasn't so much to lose weight, it's to harden up, bulk up in all the right places, start to shred, etc. So first of all, find your why. Why are you doing this? If it's to look like Bond, it ain't going to be enough. Find your why. Then get a plan of action and only be competitive with yourself and be consistent. Little things, little baby steps. So yeah, calorie deficit is the way. I know that's kind of the method that I do too. And it's always works. Look at these. Look at these. Congratulations. It's turned into a Justin Love Fest, which it should. All right. Listen, we are getting towards the top of the hour. I really wanted to make this just a happy hour so people can watch this later. I'm going to end this happy hour this way. First of all, a cheers to all of you. A cheers to the Bond franchise and to the incredible marketers that put this day together. But most important, cheers to the future. I think tomorrow, being the beginning of September, the month of September, and dare I say October, but certainly the month of September is going to be like a Bond film. It's going to be an unbelievably wild ride. And I honestly wouldn't want to take that ride with anybody else but this group of people. People are all awesome. I mean, look at this. You've all come on today to celebrate, to get together, to extol this small bit of passion that we have, but it's a connective bond. And that's what it means. And we have a movie. It looks like we have a movie. So cheers, everybody. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Stay good. And buckle up because it's going to keep on going. Everybody, take care now.